Discover how trauma silently imprints on our bodies, unlocking powerful healing insights.
Uses the body as a storage device for trauma. And I've been wanting to do this for a long, long time, and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to kind of look at this in three parts. The first part is how trauma is stored. The second part is how trauma is restored or accessed. And the third is the healing. And what I find fascinating about this is I'm Dr. Mark Waller. I'm a marriage family therapist for 26 years. This is my partner, Christina Black, who is a massage and craniosacral therapist.
Yeah.
And we come from,
craniosacral therapy.
I come from the mind and she comes from the body. And you're going to, if you hang on to the end, you're going to see how this all comes together in the healing aspect, because we discovered something in talking about and setting this up that we kind of knew, but we didn't know. And all of a sudden it came together. So I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited too. We've been waiting a while to do an episode like this. We invite you to soar with us. We take our insights and share them with you so that you can be free of the patterns and habits that used to own you. You can own your life.
Okay, so let's start with how trauma is stored. And I did a little research on this, and I know you've got tons of experience with this. And I have to admit, when it comes to this aspect, this is a weakness in my practice. And so
knowing how the physical reality is.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. Well, it's just like anything else. Once you learn it, you can start like adopting the information that matters to you,
Great. All right. So now I want to break down this idea of trauma. Trauma, I believe, is a completely overused term these days.
Do you?
To me, I think trauma is something on the lines of being close to life-threatening event.
Oh, see, I think of it as anything that leaves fingerprints on you after you walk away.
I like that. That's what I would call an abuse. And to me, trauma is, I'm not disagreeing with you, but this is an important discussion to have. To me, trauma is like a single event.
Okay.
And abuse is like a pattern.
Okay.
And stress is like a pattern. And so, not all abuse is trauma.
Sure.
And if your mother asked you to take the garbage out when you were a child on a daily basis, that's probably not trauma. But to hear people talk, you'd think it was.
But maybe it would be if you just told her that you didn't like your life and that nothing brought you joy and that you wish something could bring you peace. And then she was like, oh, will you take the trash out?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe then that could be a trauma.
Now, one of the things I think that distinguishes along this continuum is the ability to remember. And so what I found...
Oh, fair enough.
And see if you agree with this. But what I found is people have very much difficulty remembering trauma. They have
Say that one more time.
In other words, if there's anything we lack the ability to remember, oftentimes it's trauma.
Right. Like we're blocking it out ourselves, right?
That's right. And we're going to talk about that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Abuse, I think, is a gray area. And where it's not blocked out, but most of us have a very poor memory as to what happened to us. And we're talking about childhood things here.
Yeah. Right. And you're probably not going to remember things before 6 anyway, right?
Well, we don't even have autobiographical memory until we're about 2 or 3 years of age. So, yeah. Every now and then, in the last over 20 years, I've run into somebody who really has a memory. They can tell you everything. But most people have no chance. When it comes to stress, I think stress patterns are easy to remember. But I think the interesting thing for our discussion is some of this overlaps. And some of the principles we're going to talk about apply to all and these are arbitrary, these three distinctions that I've made here. Now, what do you, in your practice, in your working with people in their bodies, how much of what I just said rings true in your experience?
Like what part?
Well, in other words, the trauma being less easily remembered, abuse being kind of forgotten about, and stress being pretty easy to access.
Oh, I mean, yeah, when you have someone talking in a regular state, heck yeah. But when you get them on the table and you quiet their nervous system down, it's those things that come out.
Right.
It's
That's
those things the non-conscious are like, hey, this is number one priority for us today.
good. That's
Yeah.
the direction we're heading here.
Yeah.
And great. So either the problem is that we either don't remember the trauma or we're not able to associate with the experience anymore.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that.
So okay.
Yeah, in fact, a lot of the work that I have to do like on myself is when like those things will come up in me, like those memories will come up in me, and that's when I make the association. And that's when I go, "Oh, what did this have to do with my childhood?" And that's when I sort things out. And even for me, I'm then supposed to, according to my neurotype, lay down with my knees bent and my hands on my stomach and not move and not think for 10 minutes so that my
Okay.
brain can like categorize
That's easy for
it.
me.
Well, you're not supposed to sleep either. That's the down there.
All right. So and some of this will come back to trauma in the body is stored not only as thoughts but as nervous system states, muscles tension, and implicit memory. And we're going to define implicit memory here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where the two of you and I diverge
Okay.
because I'm the thought guy.
Yeah.
But here we have trauma in the body is not stored as thoughts. So that's where body work has a special place here.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, if I have somebody who's been traumatized and they don't have active thoughts about it, then I've got to go to somebody like you because it's been stored in the body somehow as
Right.
a state by the nervous system.
Yes. Right. Which
And
is why no matter how many times you get that knot rubbed out, it comes back tomorrow.
okay,
And it's because that's like the belief that you're holding about something is holding your back that way.
so until you get that resolved and recovered, that knot is going to keep coming back.
It's never going to stop. Everything your body does is for you.
Okay,
And with that logic, your body is protecting you from something or driving you towards something that it thinks you really, really want and is very important to you.
it's very positive.
It's trying to be your
Yeah,
best friend.
right.
Yeah.
So let's
Even
talk
though
about.
it sometimes gives you tough love.
Well, it's like I talk about emotions. I liken emotions to being a phone ringing.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing is true with the body. When you have muscle tension, it's a phone ringing. It's trying to get you to answer the call.
That's 100% correct. Yeah. And it will get louder the longer you ignore it.
Right, exactly. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So there's a part of you that will bring your life to a screeching halt
Mm-hmm.
until you shut up and listen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wants to grab your face and talk to you in the eyes, looking you in the eyes.
So here's a little diagram here. I hope this is big enough if you're looking at a cell phone. And by the way, we're so glad you're here. We love these discussions. And if anything piques your interest, please drop us a comment below. So
Mm-hmm.
in my view, the traumatic experience either goes into thinking memory, which is explicit, like facts and
Mm-hmm.
stories, I can remember when.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be fuzzy or blocked. Or it can be body memory, which is implicit. Feelings and
Mm-hmm.
habits, tension, flinches, fear without words stored in the body.